No, you know I'm watching a sex scene on an airplane because when I'm watching it, I turn around to everyone behind me and I go, "This is awesome!" I'm like, "Are there any families here that want to watch this with me?" Anybody ever go to summer camp here? Yeah? What kind of summer camp did you go to?
Art. Oh, I went to Zionist sleepaway camp, and then I went to art camp.
All right.
Very different experiences.
But kind of a Venn diagram of a circle, right?
Yeah.
Not enough time to unpack what you said, but thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. You really made yourself vulnerable, and I'm just gonna leave you be, okay? All right, thank you. Yeah. Anybody else go to Zionist camp? Anybody else shout out any other summer camps people went to?
All boys.
All boys? Gay. He's gripping his girlfriend's thigh right now. I love it. You got the swoon hat on. That's awesome. It's okay. Swoon is mid. We all know it. That's fine. I went to summer camp as a kid, actually. I went to a certain type of summer camp. Anybody else ever go to spy camp? Interesting, not hearing a lot of responses for spy camp. I went to there as a kid. Well, kid is pushing it. I went there when I was 14. You're probably thinking, oh, well, it must have been a lot of 14-year-olds. I was the only one. Only 14-year-old at spy camp. You're like, the other kids must have been 13, 12. They were all 8. I was the only heavyweight in the featherweight league at spy camp. You're probably wondering, like, oh, I bet they did really cool things at spy camp. We didn't. I'm from Washington, D.C. It was at the International Spy Museum, and it was 5 days a week. And in the first half of the day, you would go to an exhibit at the Spy Museum, and the second half of the day, you would do
nothing.
We all had spy names. You had to pick a spy name. My spy name was White Tiger. Not a racial thing. Everyone else at the camp was also white. Trying to get more people of color at the spy camp. Just me. The people at the spy camp are not trying to get people of color at the spy camp. Every single time I see a person of color on the street, I'm like, you should go to spy camp. At the end of the one thing that they did have at the camp was that they hid beads, like UV light beads, all over the Spy Museum. And if you collected the most at the end of the week, you won like spy gear. Anybody else had spy gear growing up? I had so much fucking spy gear. Yeah, what did you have?
I had the beam where you could put it.
That's the only one, dude. I think I had that 3 times over. The laser beam. It did come with a mister too.
No, I don't think so.
You fucked up. You don't know, it's like a laser beam that would be recepted by another thing, and if you got caught in it, it would make an alarm, right? Yeah. It's like, time for me to catch myself playing with this toy. I never once was like, hey, you guys want to come over and get caught? But at the end of the week, if you got these beads, you won spy gear. And I won because I was 14 and everyone else was 8. But then this one kid, at the last minute, he got all the other 8-year-olds. They kind of like did like a school of fish versus shark type situation. They pooled all their beads together and gave them to the one kid. And then he won. But then I was like, yeah, thank you for that shock. Because it was kind of like a Bush v. Gore type situation. I was calling recount from the back. Florida was a shit show. No, but in hindsight, so I'm like, this kid's receiving his spy gear, and I do this thing like solemnly in the back where everyone else is sitting just like watching this kid get his thing, and I stand up on my chair, I don't say a single thing, and I just hold up my beads, and I stare down the kid, which I'm like, this is my moment. In hindsight, that's bullying. I'm 14, I've just gained 3 feet on this kid. For what, spy gear? I'm not gonna play with, I'm 14 years old. I just jerked off. What the fuck am I gonna do with spy gear? Why am I at spy camp?